2023 was an insanely chaotic year. It was full of bad, it was full of great, and it was full of unexpected. And I think every year is kind of about the same, right? Like the one time I got fired by my fraudster boss who stole over $200 million from his investors. This is not a lie. Or how I was just recently hired to be one of the videographers to shoot Designer Con, this massive convention in Anaheim. And it was one of the biggest projects I've ever had to do. Or how I managed to also shoot and create almost 400 individual pieces for a bakery and another restaurant here in Las Vegas and grow their combined socials to over 20,000 followers. Now, this was all within the span of 8 months, and we're wrapping up the year. And I just kind of wanted to take some time to reflect on the year and maybe talk about 2024, which I see being the best possible year for one, my YouTube channel, and two, my life. And you know, this whole last year, or at least 8 months, I was able to work for myself for the most part and, you know, use my time how I saw fit. And I think I've achieved a lot. I do feel pretty proud of myself, even though I feel like I could have done more. But 2024 is just around the corner. And I think this is the time where we put it all down and we really get to work. So even through all of this, the crazy thing is that this is just the start. Okay, now I just wanted to talk about some of the goals I kind of laid myself out for 2024. And this, for the most part, are in no specific order. These are just things I want to accomplish within the year that I feel I could accomplish in 2024. Now, these are obtainable goals, or goals I think are obtainable for my capabilities. And I really want to challenge and push myself this year, as I've naturally done so this year, but I really want to be purposeful with my intentions. Some of these goals are kind of, you know, maybe silly for some. For some, you guys might understand. But let's start with my goals for 2024. All right, let's start with one goofy goal, and it is to finish at least 12 story-driven games. So 12 games, one at least every single month. In 2023, I managed to finish 10 full games, and here are the list right here. And these games were fantastic. I devoted a ton of time, and I want to see myself devoting a little bit more time into my single player experiences. Now, a lot of these goals kind of have to do with finances, because I really see 2024 as the year that I set myself financially free through all of the work that I've done and all the work that I will be doing. First and foremost, I do want to buy a new car. I sold my car, I think last year, and was it 2 years ago? I actually sold my car almost 2 years ago next summer, and I sold it at the peak of the used car boom, whatever the hell was going on then. Honestly, I've never had to buy another car, mostly because me and my girlfriend share, and that's been more than enough. But now I see myself getting a little busier, and for next year, I do want to be a little bit even busier because of my other goals that I want to achieve. So one of those other goals is to make $15,000 in one single month. Now, that is a crazy number. I haven't even made $10,000 in one single month, but I see this as an obtainable goal because I've been pretty close to that number. And I think with all of the other work that I'm lining myself up for, I will be able to achieve that goal. Now, to achieve that goal, I definitely have to grow my clientele list. So one of my goals is to have 5 full-time clients. And by full-time, I mean having those clients and my full package options, which is one of my most expensive packages that I offer as a videographer, photographer, and social media manager. Now, through all of this work for clients, I also want to work a lot on my own personal content, because my personal content is what has driven me to be at this point in my life. Now, I really want to take some time and put a lot of effort into growing my own social channel instead of just focusing on all my clients' work. Which, one, it is very important, but it's also important that I create for myself, mainly because being a creative is the reason why I started all this, and it's literally what has led me to this point in my life. So one of my personal goals is to create at least 4 YouTube videos here on this channel every single month. Though I see myself creating a little bit more, I want it to be a minimum of 1 video per week for the entirety of 2024. Now, one person in this space that I look up to a lot, and I see being a huge positive influence on what I do on a day-to-day basis, is Spawn Point. I've seen this dude pretty much come up from 0 subscribers to literally over 500,000 subscribers. And his recipe is obviously putting out great quality work, but also being consistent and posting at least once a week. Now, through this recipe, I want to focus on my own creative. Now, through this recipe, I want to focus on my creativeness, but also build that consistency for my channel and my audience that I think will resonate with a lot of people. Now, with focusing on myself, I definitely want to focus on my health. I've gained a ton of weight in the last year, probably last 2 years. So I want to cut back down to 200 pounds. I'm at around 220, and I've done it in the past, and I know I can do it. So I definitely want to have a good focus on my physical health, just because I feel better, look better. Health is everything, right? I just turned 30, and I definitely want to make sure that I am as healthy as I can possibly be, at least within my control. Now, with all the content I'll be creating, I definitely want to step up my quality of work. I think an FX3 is in the works as we speak. I definitely want to up my content game. And I think with this camera, it's definitely going to be able to do so. Now, with all the ton of work that I will be doing, because 2023 was full of work, I almost had no breaks. And if I did get breaks, it was a little bit at night. But with that, I want to travel more. So I want to visit at least 2 countries. One of those countries being Japan. I've been to Japan once in 2019, and it was one of my favorite experiences of all time. I want to go back. I want to revisit. I want to bring my camera and just shoot content and just have a lot of fun with my creativeness and really just disconnect from social media and work. Now, the other country, I have no idea what that other country will be. Egypt, Greece, maybe somewhere in South America. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out later on, but Japan is for sure on the roster. All right, so this next goal is probably silly to some people, but I really want to upgrade my wardrobe. For the most part, I kind of end up spending all my money on, luxury items like TVs, keyboards, things that will help my work, etc. But I've really kind of honed down on my wardrobe. I just kind of stick to the same pieces. I really want to upgrade it by just adding a little bit more variety into what I wear. So more shoes, more pants, more shirts, etc. That way, if I am working with a ton of people, a lot of clients, I am looking presentable to these people. So it's not just for me that I want to upgrade my own personal wardrobe, but it's also so I can kind of display a different sort of attitude and kind of, display myself in a certain way that looks appealing to in a professional way. But while also, maintaining kind of like my style and just how I want to look. Now, these are just some of the general goals. Again, a lot of them have to do with finances. And I think for most people in their new year goals, it has a lot to do with money, finances, and most likely probably family. These are just my basic ones. Even if I achieve half of them, I think I'll be pretty satisfied. This is my first time putting my goals out there on the internet, just to kind of check myself at the end of the year, because even though I accomplished a lot this year, I didn't really write down anything that I wanted to accomplish. I had no real vision of what I wanted to achieve for 2023. It was just kind of chaos. It was all over the place. And in 2024, I want to set myself up for some sort of structure so I can actually achieve these things. And if I achieve these things at the end of the year, my life will be considerably better. So here's to 2024. I hope you guys had a good year. And if you didn't, that's okay, because we have next year. All you can do is just push forward, try to be as positive as you can, and set yourself up for some goals. Even if they're small, that's okay. I've had small goals in the past, and I've had some really big goals in the past, and I failed and I've accomplished them. So it doesn't really matter. So however you want to go into 2024, it's okay. For me, I think some structure, some goals would be nice considering the chaos of 2023. If you guys want to hear about the boss that fired me, who stole $200 million and fled to Thailand, let me know. That's a crazy story. I might drop the T on that one. I don't know. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you, love you. Hope you guys have a killer new year. Hope you guys stay safe. And I will definitely see you guys in the next year. All right, bye.